I would ask any managing director, owner of a solar farm, a simple question is, are the promised savings being realized? And if they are not, it's not easy to just blame the original EPC that has built it. It lies within the maintenance. There's nothing probably wrong with your plant. The guys that are maintaining it are either maybe just washing, or you're not doing something about it all. You slapped it on the roof and you've forgotten about it. Today, South Africa struggles with the ability to have enough generation capacity online, actually working as it should. It's the same thing with solar systems. There might be enough panels on the roof to give you the saving you should have, but if it's not maintained, if the cables aren't working, if the network's not there, then you will not get the savings. Get someone in that has an understanding of solar, has the proper equipment, has the trained personnel to take that plant and make it work for you again so that you achieve the savings. First, the simple ones: cleaning, housekeeping, making sure the panels are clean will ensure that the panels perform well.
So your system has a certain output that it has to deliver. And if you have dirt and droppings on your PV system, it actually brings your whole system down. So to prevent that from happening, we have a certain way of cleaning the panels.
In fact, what we have is an on-site water treatment plant where we will dose the water and soften it with PV-specific solutions that, for instance, leaves an anti-static layer for dust to not accumulate as easily as it would have. But there are other things, nesting of birds that we find underneath, and that could be a fire hazard if an arc happens and that nesting or any other debris is underneath the panels. So one has to clean and housekeep a system.
After cleaning the panels, we actually do micro inspections on the panels. A normal person just looking at a panel doesn't actually see that the panel is cracked. What I've noticed is that the panel sometimes at the bottom even cracks, but it doesn't show that the crack on top.
From the panels, there's a lot of cabling to get to the inverters that actually turns solar energy into usable energy. Those cables, we need to check, are they still running? Did the connector come loose? Is the fuse popped? We need to ensure that the power actually gets from the panel to the inverter and then it gets to the customer.
So now that we're actually happy with the connections on the solar side, the DC cable actually goes to the inverter room now. In the inverter room, we actually find a fuse box. So that fuses actually need to be tested as well. We pull out the fuse, test it itself, and then we need to do string testing. If there's a loose connection, it will make a hot connection. By doing thermal imaging, you'll actually see that the system or the connection is becoming hot, and that's actually a hazard.
And finally, how do we pick this up? We can't leave someone there as a policeman checking every day. So we've got off-site online monitoring systems where we weekly check into a customer's facility and we see, yes, it's working, or no, there's something wrong, or there's a fault or an alarm, and then we will act accordingly. If it's something small, we'll schedule a date. If it's an alarm or fault, we will be there within the next 4 hours. It is critical to get parts of the system back online, because that part is the part that you will lose at the end in terms of the generation ability. It starts and ends with the fact that you want to secure that your investment is returning what it was promised to return. Most often, these systems are being bought and procured and installed because there's a saving. Yes, the other spin-offs, like it's green and it's great and having some resilience, it's awesome, but really at the end, it's a financial decision. It's got to be returned. You need to maintain the system in order to ensure that the holistic system works as it was designed, and then we will achieve the savings. So it's cleaning, housekeeping, on-site maintenance and testing, and then off-site monitoring and tweaking to see if the system works. That produces results.